Hey, everybody. I know you hadn't seen me in a little while because, life happens. Our best intentions don't end up the way that we actually want them to be. So, currently, I am in outside of my normal place, but I decided I wanted to come on and do a live and also talk about the fact that it's really about the discipline. So, I've been sharing with you about the sugar detox, the 40-day sugar fast, the book, all of those things. But when I really started thinking about it, I realized that the main thing it comes right down to discipline. Point blank, period. Discipline. What are you willing to be uncomfortable with to get a better outcome? That's really all it's about. Um, we can read all the books in the world. We can follow all the authors. Doesn't matter what the book is about, doesn't matter what the author writes about, doesn't matter how great the author is. It is about the discipline. Hi, Alvy. Hey, Jacqueline. It's about the discipline. And one of the things that I became painfully aware of is it doesn't matter what I do if I don't have discipline. Now, I'm out of my normal element. I know some people here. They're not necessarily following me per se. So I could eat all the sugar I wanted to, and no one would be the wiser. But I decided not to do that. I went to lunch with some friends today. One had key lime pie and the other one had cheesecake. It was beautiful, y'all. And they kept saying, "You want to taste? You want to taste?" I was like, "No, I'm not." Why? Because I don't want to mess up what I've already started. I've started being disciplined with my sugar intake. So now I'm paying attention with everything. As a matter of fact, Alviana gave me a Quest bar. I was diligent about looking at the Quest bar, finding out how much sugar is involved and whether or not it was worth it to me. Because the sugar was minimal and because it's actually something that a lot of people use in their fitness journeys, I was able to taste it. Oh, thank you, Alvy. I was able to taste it and it was good. And it was a minimal amount of sugar. So, also, along with discipline, I'm learning to try other things instead of going back to the habits that I had created. My prayer is that the apple pie crust won't hold its hold. It won't have that same hold on me after I get through with this. Because I don't want it just to be a 40-day thing. I want it to become a lifestyle for me. And in order for it to become a lifestyle, I got to remain disciplined. I got to remain consistent. But even more than that, after 40 days, it should have become a habit. It takes only 21 days, they say, to develop a habit. Now, I think it has taken some people a little bit longer with some things, but anyway, I digress. We're talking about sugar right now. Okay? We're going to stay on task. And so when I look at it from that perspective, it actually changes the way I view it all. Because now it's affecting a core value. Now it is changing how I view this thing. It's not just a habit, it's a part of my life because we need discipline. One of the reasons our children are going astray is because they're not getting the discipline that they crave and that they need. We need discipline. All human beings need discipline. Not just the kind we got from our parents when we were younger and we did something wrong, but for us to be successful in our adult lives, for us to make the decision to do different things, it requires discipline. In this entrepreneurial space, you got to have some discipline. There are going to be some days that you don't want to do nothing. Can I tell you, you don't want to do nothing? You look at your computer and you say, "I do not want to look at anybody else and not name another square." Can I tell you that you do not want to get on now another live or Q&A session? I don't want to get on another call because I feel like that's not going to work for me. All of those things, we have to have discipline. And I realized that it's not just about the sugar, it's about the discipline. It's about us making a decision to do what's right. And even as we go through this book, as I read through this book, I realized that she also incorporated spiritual discipline, He, which so many of us lack. Because we think that our life, our business, and all these different things have nothing to do with our spirituality. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. God desires that we have a good life. He desires that we are able to accomplish the things that He's already placed inside of us. But in order to do that, we're going to have to be disciplined. We're going to have to be disciplined in reading our Bibles at least 20 minutes a day. Can I tell you that 20 minutes a day, once you become disciplined enough to do it, will change your life? Because you can't possibly know the will and the way of God if you don't know His word. Everything you need to know about Him is in His word. We had a conversation recently about trusting God. Now if we can read the food labels and know that we can trust that they didn't put but 1 gram of sugar in it, why can't we read the Bible and trust that God is going to do what He says? Okay. I'm just talking about me. So discipline is what is this thing is really all about. It's not just about taking the sugar out of your diet. It's about the discipline of not eating things that ultimately in the long run can be hazardous to your health. All of us should want to be our best version of us to run the race that God has given each and every one of us. Now, is it going to be easy? Not always, because I declare I got 2 boxes of Girl Scout cookies in my refrigerator, and I tell y'all, I think they call to me every night. I literally, in my mind, hear them calling me. But my prayer is that by the time I get to the end of this thing, I will have developed the lifestyle and I'll be able to eat a cookie and be fine. Why? Because I want to become the best version of myself to accomplish all of the things that God has given me to accomplish. It has nothing to do with weight loss. That's a side effect, a whole side effect. Changing the way you eat, becoming healthier in what you consume. A side effect can be weight loss. However, it's a great side effect to have. But you feel better. Then you start drinking that water. Yeah, that stuff we really don't like to drink. That stuff that makes up about 80-90% of our body that we don't like to consume. Drink your water. Can I tell you, you need to go to bed? Go to bed. You cannot be up early and up half the night at the same time. You can't do it. It's not possible. We've got to continue to work on all of these things because we want to be fit for the master's use and ready to run the race that He's given us. So since I hadn't been on in a while, I decided I wanted to drop in real quick and give you that information. In case you don't know, I'm Jocelyn McElderry. I am the connection specialist. I empower women over 50 to go back and dust those dreams off and become the great that they've always been destined to be. I love to connect people. That's also what I love to do. And networking, learning more about those that I've never met before and bringing value to those relationships. We have to be intentional about all of this, every bit of it. It may not be easy, but can I tell you that it is truly going to be worth it? So take care. Until next time. Bye bye.